Hello, and welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm your host, Johann.
And I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
And today we will be going into minute 88. It starts with Rico checking out a hole in the head and ends with General Owens startled by an explosion.
Yeah, man. I love Rico's quizzical nature for the hole in the head.
Well, when he was in biology class, he seemed already pretty okay with dissection. And the death of or dead bodies among like everything he's seen has not been let's just say it's just not new. Like he's seen it before. It's just this one is a different wound. That's it.
Yeah, he's very, what is it called?
Jaded?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jaded to gore. It's sort of like Verhoeven, I would say, maybe.
Yeah, so this one, yeah, obviously a dummy that they're looking at. And it comes up to like one of my favorite things about this scene. First I discussed like, that his brains got sucked out, but where Rashek just digs his fingers into the empty cavity.
Yeah, and well, first of all, Rico says that there was a bug. It looks like a bug was in his brain, but yeah, then, gosh, that scene. I think if Rico has a jadedness towards dead bodies, Rashek definitely has a flippant, wanton. What is it? He throws caution to the wind with gore.
Yeah, but at least he uses his mechanical arm to do the digging in the head.
See, I'm wondering though if this is like a combat mechanical arm, do you think it has like tactile feedback where he can actually feel things, or is he just like poking stuff in there to see if something jostles around?
I think there has to be some sort of feedback on it because the fingertips has little what's it called, dots on it.
I love the fingertips. I love the detail of this hand. It is so cool.
Like, other than the fact that it's most likely used for grip, I'm pretty sure that some of it has different pressure points that lets him know.
Mm-hmm. So I have a quick question, and it may have to do with this minute a little bit, but what are your top 3 mechanical arms?
Top 3 mechanical arms?
Yeah.
Oh man.
On the spot, too, because we did not discuss this.
Yeah.
Want me to tell you mine?
Give me a second to think of a couple.
Okay.
One of them is what is his name? All right. I'm only looking up online to try and find the name of...
Okay, well, while you do that, let me do my 3 real quick, okay? Okay, first one, Rashek's, obviously. Awesome mechanical arm. Second one, that is going to be Punish Snake from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just the whole entire fact that he can launch his arm out like a mecha and also uses it to like surprise, soldiers coming around. He just does that little wrist flip and they're like, huh? And the third, of course, would be, I would say, Luke Skywalker, mechanical arm.
All right. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Luke is, that is a good one.
Just because I love the whole entire thing in Revenge of the Jedi, where he gets shot on Jabba's palace or Jabba's little skimmer, and he just kind of like goes like instinctually tries to like, no, my hand got shot, but it doesn't hurt. Never mind.
Yeah. Still trying to think of my 3.
I'm sorry for.
Well, I'm trying to think of the third.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is Ghoul from Batman Beyond.
Oh,
he's one of the Jokers.
Yeah.
He has a normal hand, but it flips around and it turns into a saw.
Okay.
I always thought that was cool. So that one was for sure on my list. I just didn't remember his name. He's voiced by Michael Rosenbaum, who also does The Flash on Justice League. He was also Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Okay.
He's been in a couple movies too. Number 2, Barrett from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got.
I don't know if that's. Is that more of a weapon though than a mechanical arm?
But it
But I
is.
mean, I
He doesn't have a hand anymore.
true. Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be allowed.
And so number 3, you may start to see a trend in my choice of mechanical arms, but it's Lord Han from Enter the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's what year did that movie come out? 1970. So it's not
Yeah.
mechanical, but it's a form of prosthetics that's up to the age of the movie, and it did have a flamethrower.
Yeah, I
So-
mean that's perfectly fine. I mean, I'd accept, what is it, the RZA's Man with the Iron Fist as well too. I mean, those are technically Iron Fist infused with Shaolin energy, but it's still mechanical.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my 3.
Those, man, I mean, there are so many mechanical arms you could do, like a lot of them. But I mean, Raschek's I think was one of my first ones.
See, I would think RoboCop doesn't count.
That's more mechanical body.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah.
more of a.
Because
I'm thinking more of like a prosthetic arm. Like everything else is still okay. I mean, as I said, Luke is still okay because he's missing a hand technically, but that's still kind of an extension.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm not thinking Darth Vader because he has most of his body gone. Again, RoboCop is pretty much all robot instead of a person. But no, I mean, yeah, that's those. Yeah, I got you, man. Those are pretty awesome arms.
yeah. I kind of like it that if you're gonna lose an arm, why make it the same as he used to have? Why not make it better?
Exactly,
Like even Cable's is good.
dude. Yeah.
So
I mean, that's another one that we could have did too. But I mean, I really just wasn't that much into Cable.
yeah, even
He was cool and everything, but he was just kind of like,
yeah,
to me.
even Winter Soldier's arm is pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
So, man, there's a lot of like really cool mechanical arms actually.
I would actually like this time to use this time to invite any of our Facebook followers to put up their top 3 mechanical arms as well too, or first mechanical arm or your favorite mechanical arm overall.
Yeah. See, would Colossus count? Or I wouldn't think so.
No, that's a whole entire. That's not really a mechanical. I mean, it's technically he covers his whole entire body. Again, it's a RoboCop thing.
Yeah.
If it's just an arm.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And also that I think that's a mutant ability too. He can take it off whenever he wants. I'm saying like people can, they're either have this mechanical arm or they don't have an arm at all.
Yeah, that's true.
But so going back to the film, I actually love this scene too, just because as soon as he takes his fingers out, there's a little bit of slime, and it set the whole entire screen centers on Dizzy's face, and she gulps and kind of is disgusted, even though she played around with Carl in the dissection lab as well too. She's okay with gore, but maybe this is a little bit too much.
Yeah. The weird thing about it was the slime. Like I was like, where's that from? But of course, this is answered like way later on.
Mm-hmm.
But at first, I was like, why? Even back then, I was like, why is there slime?
Like maybe at this point as a little kid, I was like, maybe our heads are full of slime. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what I thought too. But I was like, but as I go older and obviously digging more into biology classes, like it just wasn't there, and I was like, where did that come from? It like I just don't know why. It never clicked that like, oh, the end of the movie actually answers it.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Raschek then says to Rico, actually, he just, says he sucked his brains out.
Yeah, he knew exactly what was going to happen, though.
Oh, gosh. And, Ace and Rico's just looking at each other, too. They're just like, what? Really? They're doing this now?
Yeah. So,
not only are they, dismembering limbs and tearing us from piece to piece, but now they're sucking out our brains.
So, when I was going over the script, I just noticed that things are a little bit jumbled in where the, I guess like the sequences were.
Mm-hmm.
So they find the mess hall now. Like they didn't.
Oh.
They see the carnage first, and then they go see the communications room, and then they go into the mess hall. It's like completely other way around.
Mm-hmm.
So they talk about who this guy is that's in front of the comms, which does answer a few questions of like why it was important. It was a major.
Oh, okay.
So that's how there was that thing like there was a signal going out that they were under attack, etc. Like basically the fake signal that was leading them into a trap. So it was a major that sent out the message, not just a regular comms person. So at this point, when they see the major, because it happened in the like kind of like the mess hall area, that's where they see the hole.
Okay.
So the hole is near this area, not like in the mess hall. So I don't know why all of that is kind of messed around with. But this is why when Rashek says gas the hole, like it happens off screen, because it was supposed to happen right there.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was kind of like a budgeting thing, like they couldn't really show the hole being sealed. They just have the explosion off screen, and that probably fit the budget better.
Well, also, I mean, I don't think you would want like a big kind of explosion like that, or all this dust and everything in the communications center where it would get all dusty.
Yeah, but Bugs wouldn't care.
Well, I mean, if Diz is trying to get the communications back up, I don't think she would appreciate it too much.
Yeah, okay, but if the priority was to close the hole or a little bit of dust, the priority would be to close the hole.
Yeah.
But just as far as trying to seal the hole and fitting the budget, making it an off-screen explosion is way cheaper. Because if they were going to use this room again, you would have to show the hole covered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually like how they do it. And actually, let's get into it because it comes a little bit after we meet someone.
Yeah, that is true. So we're still, we're definitely talking a little bit ahead, but we're still early on in this, in the minute, right about now. So, in the script, they're supposedly hearing a sound of like taps, like tap 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 tap. I think like he's trying to send a Morse code. So that's when they head to the kitchen, and that's when fairly annoying character comes up. So
yeah, instead of Morse code in this one, it's shaking. The freezer is moving around. And something could be in it. Is it a Archelian sand beetle? Is it a smaller bug? It's probably a chariot bug.
Yeah, but I like the way a little bit of the training is done here. When Rico opens the door, he rolls out of the way. Mm-hmm. Instead of opening and being in front of the door.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's Ace right on the side. There's another trooper right in front, ready to just shoot whatever comes out.
Yeah, because this has to be some form of training, because this is a way to clear a room. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's related to that one. What was his name? Dale Dye.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was probably some training with him that he let them know this is exactly how you open a door, especially if you hear something behind it. So, but yeah, you're right. It could have been a chariot bug, like they just threw it in there and to disable it somehow. But obviously, they had to be safe.
I mean, the best way to make bugs like technically quote unquote fall asleep is putting them in the freezer. Like I remember a little magic trick that I used to do where I would take a housefly, freeze it, and then put it in my hand and be like, oh, it's coming back alive. Look, it's alive.
Yeah.
And it would fly off and everything.
Some of the other ones is where when it's kind of frozen, you tie a little bit of string around it. So it's flying around in a circle in the string. Yeah, I knew a friend that did that. It wasn't as cool as he made it seem to be. It's like it's a fly on a string.
I did that with Japanese beetles, and that was a lot more fun.
Yeah,
because those were big, and they would go and have that big, kind of droney sound.
Yeah. So, so the general comes out. His name is General Owen. Mm-hmm.
Ace actually, notices it at first, and he's like, "Officer on deck," and everyone just, stands at attention.
Yeah, except for one guy. One guy's still the same, which is cool as hell.
Well, even Dizzy in the back is noticing it as well, too.
Yeah, but Ratchet just kind of like, meh. It's another general.
Yeah, he even says, "Pick up the general."
Yeah. One of the things I notice is when Ace stands at attention, the tint of the gun is way different. It's more greenish. I'm wondering if this is the dummy that he has.
He may have a dummy Marita, yeah.
Because Rico's is gray, and this one is green. And we've seen an actual working Marita in a movie many times, and they are gray to black. So I'm wondering if he has the dummy in this one.
It may be a little bit of color correction for the scene as well, too, making it a little brighter, and who knows, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but Rico's
there are different. No, Rico's actually is the same color.
No, it looks gray.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my screen as well too, but it looks like the same color to me on mine.
All right, we'll go with that. But I still think he has a dummy Marita.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. But yeah, we meet General Owen. He is played by Marshall Bell. And you might know Marshall Bell from another movie Verhoeven did, Total Recall, where he plays George/Quato.
Oh.
Actually, so that's actually my first introduction to this character or this person as well too. And especially same as in this movie, in that movie he has a small bit part. And he's only around for a little bit.
Yeah. I'm looking at his IMDb page.
It's huge.
It is, and he's done Stargate Atlantis, which is good for him. He's done that's like a thing of sci-fi that he has a lot going on. He was in the House TV show. Never saw an episode of that.
I never saw House either. I wasn't really into smarky. It's not lupus, dude.
Yeah. Apparently, he was in Deadwood for 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Comic Book Villains.
Never heard of that one.
Yep. Never heard of it either. Let's see here. The District, Good versus Evil. He was in the Fugitive TV show.
Mm-hmm. He was also in Capote as well, too.
Ah, that's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. All right. So he has an extensive... Jesus Christ. He has an extensive list here. He was in X-Files. He was a colonel. He was in Tales from the Crypt. Oh, he was in Dream On. Oh my God, I remember this show.
Yeah, he's more like the kind, like he's either typecasted as, government dude #1 or kind of mean dad #3.
Yeah.
Like he could easily pull off I'm kind of a jerk dad.
So, man, he has an extensive IMDb page. It's dating back to 1984 was his first one. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Mm-hmm.
That is so rad. He was in Stand By Me.
What was he in Stand By Me?
Says here he was Mr. LeChance.
Oh, he was Gordy's dad.
Yeah. And
okay.
He was in Dick Tracy.
Man, that was such a good movie.
Yeah. I really like that movie.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, I played today. I played. This is actually going to still be in the podcast, but I played PUBG with Holden McNeely of Wizard and the Bruiser fame today.
Oh,
and just found out, secret, but not really a secret. They may be doing a because he was saying in the last episode that he wanted to do a Street Fighter episode. Well, he was talking to the Twitch chat and me that Street Fighter, he was doing a lot of things for Street Fighter, and I told him, hey, you know what, hot take, I enjoyed the Street Fighter movie, like really enjoyed it.
I don't know about that movie still.
Okay, so and this is what he asked too. He was like, "Okay, well, what's your opinion on is it better than the Mortal Kombat movie?" I'm like, "No. Mortal Kombat is way better than that, but Street Fighter is a close second, but Annihilation is a far third."
Yes, for sure.
Okay,
Annihilation.
that's
Annihilation was a campy version of number two. It wasn't even a successor to the original.
yeah. It really was super bad, but I mean, it was a part of it. It introduced Sindel. It had Shiva. It had the robots in there. I mean, it was great.
It only had Cyrax and Sector.
Yeah, but I mean, those are the main robots. You don't need Smoke or any of the other ones. You don't need like Striker.
Yeah,
I mean, what is he going to do? Just throw grenades everywhere?
that's kind of what you do.
I know exactly. But yeah, so we meet General. Sorry to tangent a little bit, but we meet General Owen, and he starts shaking everyone's hand and saying, "You're going to be heroes, every single one of you." And I absolutely love his makeup too, because he has like frosted, eyebrows. His nose is kind of like red. He looks cold because he's been in that freezer for a while.
Yeah, because it could have been in there like at least 2 days.
Well, he's been in there for at least a day, because I mean they got the distress call the night before, so he was probably still in there while the brain bug was sucking on the dude's head that night.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I kind of like I'm. See, here's my feelings on this scene right now.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this guy's credentials as an actor. I really like the story of like why he went through basically self-preservation on this this whole thing. This actor plays a very good annoying guy.
Yeah, and again, so this is the thing too. I'm thinking because Verhoeven only uses him like certain times in both movies, he's only there to move the plot along. In Total Recall, it's a little bit more where he gives Quaid like the actual meaning of his existence, the meaning of what he's going to be doing. And in this one, he's just like, no, what you thought, what everyone thought, isn't true. Razchek, if you had an inkling of what was going on, you've got it spot on, dude.
Yeah,
He's basically giving clarity to the characters, the main characters, basically. Yeah. I like that of him, but yeah, in Total Recall, he wasn't annoying. He was creepy as heck, and I love it just because it was like he's just not freaking out, but he's just like moaning and just like oh, and then out of nowhere, Quado just comes out from his chest.
Yeah, that is. God, that scene is so cool.
It's so cool. It is super creepy because Quado's all like greasy and all gross, and then he has this kind of like normal. What do you want, Quaid?
Yeah. All right. Well. Don't make me remember that. But so to go back to this movie real quick, that I wanted to point out, his makeup for this scene is really cool because that purple, like hue to him makes it seem like he has been in that cold freezer for a long, long time.
Yeah, and his eyebrows and everything, they look frosted a little bit. His hair up top is like has little ice crystals in it. He's a lot more paler than like anyone else, so it looks like he has been in that fridge for a little bit.
Yeah. So, the way he's playing this this colonel here, it just makes me
he's a general
or a general. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that he's playing this general here, makes me feel like this guy just somehow rose the ranks without seeing battle.
Oh no, he's definitely a rear echelon like 1-star general.
Yeah.
He's probably a pencil pusher kind of dude.
Yeah. Just cuz like the way he's freaking out and he's just going to hand out medals, cuz that's what he's always done. He's pushed ahead people that will eventually owe him favors type of thing. Like that's just the impression I'm getting from the character.
I suppose, but then I'm also, since watching this movie from when I first thought of it, I had two opinions of him. Either that, he is kind of that dude, or that him being in that freezer for that long and having, I guess, some kind of like small amount of hypothermia plus a little bit of like combat shock as well too, or as they call it now, PTSD, It's not shell shock anymore.
Yeah.
He probably is a little nuts.
Yeah.
And probably is a little shooken up, as we see at the very end of this minute too, where, you know, he's telling, hey, I had to hide to protect vital information, and Razchek tells him, hey, we need to seal up that hole. An explosion goes off, and he freaks out.
Well, one of the things I was thinking of is that when he was in that fridge, that he was possibly rehearsing like what he was going to say, like, oh, if someone rescues me, they're going to be heroes, blah, blah, blah. You know, that when he finally gets to talk to a human being, it just stammers out and comes out so bad that maybe that's what the actor was trying to do. I don't know. I just think that the actor did a really good job playing this guy. That was incredibly annoying.
I get what you're saying. So you're saying like he's like a little kid who's rehearsing exactly what he's going to say, what happened, like Ralphie in Christmas Story, where he was like, no, I didn't shoot my eye out, I didn't shoot my glasses, an icicle fell down, hit my glasses, and then they broke.
Yeah.
so it's like that. He's rehearsing it. Okay. That's pretty good. I like that.
So so this is kind of where it ends, right? That explosion happens, and then he kind of jumps.
Yeah, he said at the very end, he does say he has something, but we don't see it until the next minute.
Yeah, he has an operation, so that's what it says.
Well, I mean,
somehow he managed.
Suppose.
Yeah, maybe he took out his appendix while he was in the freezer because he was bored. But I guess we'll find out the next minute, like what the operation was.
Exactly.
So, anything you want to add to this, Matt?
I love his makeup at the very end of this minute, where it has his sunken in eyes as well too, looking like he has lost sleep.
Yeah, he's probably just been freezing in there and like being awake because he's like hoping he doesn't get killed in his sleep type thing. Like I said, the makeup on this guy is like, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right, so where can they find you, Matt?
You guys can find me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere on the internet, from Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, or what have you. Because usually this one comes out on Wednesday. If you guys watched Unlimited Lives on Tuesday, I play Dungeons and Dragons with the Unlimited Lives crew, John, Robert, and Crystal Beth. They were on our podcast a little bit ago, but I play Dungeons and Dragons with them, and it's really fun. So go ahead and check that guy out too.
And you guys can find me on Twitch and Instagram at JDASHD26. You can find me on Twitter at OMG It's Johann. You can also follow us, the Roughneck Minute, on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, what have you, to download any of your favorite podcasts like this show. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a review. Visit our website at roughneckminute.podbean.com for show notes and back episodes. Follow us on Twitter, why don't you? At roughneckmin, that's M-I-N. If you want to continue the conversation on our Facebook group about your favorite mechanical arms, it's going to be the Roughneck Minute Billet, B-I-L-L-E-T.
And just to reiterate that it is mechanical arms only, not full body. So you can't be like, oh, General Grievous, even though he has a bunch of metal arms. Nah, his full body is metal. Come on. Okay,
but he's cool because he has 4 arms.
I get that, but does he have 4 arms to begin with?
No. He only has 2.
Again, RoboCop.
Yeah. But that's why I was also counting out that it does not count because those other arms aren't even part of his original body. So it's not a replacement prosthetic.
Yeah.
It's like the 3-armed Jaeger.
That is, I believe,
the Japanese. Typhoon. Yeah, the Japanese one. It looks
Chinese.
Cool. Is it Chinese?
Chinese, yeah.
Okay. So it looks cool because there's 3 arms other than the 2. But it's the same thing as the 4 arms with Grievous. It's not a replacement. It's just cooler because he has an extra set of arms.
Yeah, don't try to school me on Pacific Rim stuff. I know like actual like outputs of Jaegers, man. I studied that stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Mechs are my thing.
Yeah, I just enjoy the movie. All right. So I've been your host, Johann.
And I've been your host, Matthew.
And we'll see you on the Bounce Troopers.